care.
We've got 6 games on the slate tonight, Dream, and you've got this nice little parlay. It's funny. So we actually agree again. Michael Porter Jr. I went over PRA. You're going over points. This matchup for him is so perfect. And I'm going to go through why I like PRA on prop queen edges. He's done really well, though, against defenses that struggle, especially with rebounding. And I know that's like a weird stat, but when you struggle on the boards, Michael Porter Jr. has been able to take advantage offensively and defensively. How come you're going with the over on alt points?
Yeah, so this was for a parlay. I actually played as 25 points for 0.75 units. It's like minus 102, plus 100, something like that on DraftKings. But since this was a parlay and I had a boost, I just kind of lowered it down to something respectable, like a minus 130. But it's pretty simple, man. Michael Porter Jr., he's playing really well. He's got 5 threes in 3 straight games, double-digit attempts, 30 points in 3 straight games. And this is a matchup that I think is going to be up and down. I don't think they have – I don't know. It's tough to say they don't have anybody to guard him. But between P.J. Washington, AD's not going to be guarding him. So it's probably going to be P.J. Washington. I think it's a decent matchup for Michael Porter Jr. And if it ain't him, besides Noah Clowney, it ain't going to be anybody else. So he literally has to shoot the ball. I agree with you. His rebounds and assists are very interesting as well this game. He can get a double-double. He can get 4 or 5 assists. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
So many injuries to the Hawks. No Porzingis. Trae Young is still out. You like Jalen Johnson as a Hawks player that stands out. I was also looking for someone on the Hawks, but it's just so hard with so many injuries. Why are you going with Jalen Johnson?
Good old faithful. So, Jalen, he's having an amazing season, triple-double threat every game, had a triple-double in the first half about a week and a half ago. As far as this number of, I played as 43.5 at plus money. You can get as 42.5 at like minus 125, minus 122, if you don't mind the juice. But long story short, he's covered just 5 straight games. And 7 of 9 games. So this is a mark that he's been pretty much. This is like his. I don't want to say his baseline is 44 PRA, but this is what he's been doing. He's already played this team twice. He had 43 and 49 PRA when he played them twice, and the offense goes through him. There's a reason why Trae Young is probably healthy and isn't back, because this is the Jalen Johnson show. It's his team now. He gets the ball off the glass. Runs. He's like a more efficient Russell Westbrook, or I would say a slightly more efficient Denny Avdia, where the team just expects him to do, not expects, but they don't mind him doing everything. Hey, grab the rebound. Hey, bring the ball down the court. If you see something in early offense, attack the basket. If not, penetrate and kick. And before you know it, he's got like 7 assists in 9 straight games. Before you know it, the guy's up to 8 rebounds and 6 assists with a whole quarter left. And he's good for 20 a game. So I'm just a big fan of Jalen Johnson. And then again,
didn't these 2 teams just play like a few weeks ago?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 29, 13, and 7.
How much do you factor? So I'm of the belief, especially in the NBA, that when teams play each other, and I do this bit in the NFL too, unless it's like a week 1 versus a week, but I do still abide by these rules. If it happened in the first game, it's not happening again in the second game. But you clearly don't believe that.
No, now sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. I'm like I said, I'm a natural skeptic. So yeah. I don't. If I see something
especially someone named Jalen Johnson, like I'm not going to fade Steph. I'm not going to fade if Trae Young's playing. I'm not fading him. But when it comes to Jalen Johnson, I say, I mean, he's not tier A. Like he's not one of the best players in the league. So to do it twice in the same matchup scares me.
Well, see, this is the thing. Jalen Johnson, don't be surprised. I don't. Jalen Johnson is definitely top 20 player in the league.
I
think. I think he's a top 20.
You mean right now, or you're saying like
right now?
Oh,
right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think right now he's a top 20 player in the league. What are the Hawks? Like he's the reason why the Hawks are doing so well without Trae Young. Like he's literally the reason. But to your point, I'm a natural skeptic, so I try to look for ways to fade players, especially if they've already done it a couple of times or a few times versus a team. But it's just simply the matchup. It's just the matchup versus he's gonna most likely have Tobias Harris guarding him. because Usar Thompson's a bit too small. So he's probably going to have Tobias Harris guarding him versus power forwards. Detroit gives up the third most points, bottom 10 in rebounds, bottom 15 in assists, bottom 7 in threes. So it's just a good matchup. And this is kind of what he does. So it's not just he's done this against this team, but he's covered this number 5 straight games, and it hasn't really been close. Like I have a graph pulled up of his 43 PRA. I mean, I can read it. It's not like he's struggling to cover this number. Put it that way. The last 5 games, he's getting like 52 PRA, 50 PRA, because no Porzingis just means more opportunities, more shots, and more usage. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jalen Johnson was top 5 in usage this season. I'll try to look it up really quick, but yeah, Jalen Johnson's amazing.
Yeah, no, he's been on absolute fire, and you got to ride it while it's hot. Kobe White, on the other hand, we didn't even know if he was playing today, but I know that they said he will. I know he had a questionable tag earlier over his alt points. How come you went alt there?
So again, I actually played the 21 and a half. We got it on MGM, a little bit of juice, minus 125. And I think we were able to get him 21 and a half on this parlay as well. Yeah. So but you can get his 22 plus, I mean it's 23 plus money, whatever. Long story short, this is just a matchup. He played them earlier this year, and every time Kobe White plays in North Carolina, we just take his points over. It's just a system. He's from there. He was New York State Mr. Basketball in North Carolina.
Baby.
He went to North Carolina as well. I forgot. Yeah. I'll read out his last. Let's just do his last 5 games in Charlotte. His last 5 games in Charlotte. 25 was a couple of weeks ago. I had his points in that game as well. I laddered him all the way up to 30, 35, and he shot terribly. Well, not terribly. He shot 11 of 23, but he missed so many bunnies. And still finished with 25 in 29 minutes. The game before that in Charlotte, 37 points. The game before that in Charlotte, 23, 10 and 9, 35, 7 and 9, 27, 6 and 5. So the game before that, 26. Oh, I'm sorry, 11, 5 and 7. But that was young Kobe White. He only took 7 shots. So the only thing that makes me a little weary about this is the trade rumors. He's supposed to be going to Minnesota. A few teams have their eye on Kobe White. So sometimes you let the player that's in trade rumors go out there and light it up. That makes that team a little more anxious to trade for them. But also when the trade's in the works, sometimes you kind of don't want to use that player too much to avoid injury. You don't want to run them down so much. So that worries me a bit, but the line's low enough. Kobe White's been consistently around 20 points since he's came back. So matchup and actually what he does in Charlotte, that was enough for me to go ahead and take his points tonight. I think he puts on a show in Charlotte.
You have this in a 3-leg parlay that pays out just over 6-1. However, did you bet all these 3 individually as well?
Sure did.
Okay. Is that what you do? You put all 3 of your favorite bets in a parlay and then you bet them individually?
I tried to. I didn't always do that, but yes, I do now because it's nothing worse than going 3-0, 5-0, 6-1 on the night. And it's nice to pick up some units, but I could have partied, did a couple of 3-teamers or maybe a 4-teamer here. So because I expect to hit all my straight bets. So not that obviously we don't, but I kind of expect to hit them all. So yeah, I think it's a good idea to just put them in parlays.